Let's talk about net neutrality. I've been covering not only the federal government effort to restore net neutrality, the Senate vote to do it, which now goes to the House, but also some of the state level efforts that have been going on. And one of those state level efforts is in California, which is a state bigger than many countries when it comes to population and also GDP. The California, or I guess it wouldn't be GDP, it would be state production, state productivity. And the California Senate yesterday voted to approve a bill that would restore the net neutrality provisions that were repealed by the FCC in December. It was approved completely among Senate party lines. 23 Democrats all voted for net neutrality in California. 12 Republicans did not. And now it goes to the state assembly. And I'm hopeful that if the right wants to live by states' rights, they might also die by states' rights. And what I mean by that is the FCC repeals net neutrality federally, 20 attorneys general sue at the state level, governors look at using executive orders to reinstate elements of net neutrality, and others look at using their state senate and legislatures to maybe put net neutrality back in. And the same could apply in other areas, right? Like gun safety. As long as you don't violate the Second Amendment, states can do more than the federal government is doing on gun safety. Business regulation, minimum wage, basic income tests, whatever else. States can do these things, but of course, only some states can afford to, usually blue states that are better off economically, often subsidizing red states around the country, actually. So back to net neutrality in California, this bill would not only put back in place those original net neutrality rules from 2015 under Barack Obama, it would actually do more. And one of the things that the California bill would do is block what are called zero rating programs. And what zero rating programs are when ISPs say certain content could be content they get money from, could be content they maybe even own. Watching certain content doesn't count towards your monthly data cap, and that is yet another way that an ISP can favor some content over other content. And if the bill ultimately passes, internet service providers will not be able to get government contracts in California without sticking to the rules that are passed. And this is a really important thing to understand. States can't enforce net neutrality directly, as of right now, relates to commerce law. There is a lawsuit over that. But as of right now, states can't just generally enforce net neutrality law. What states can do is to set rules for what ISPs that they work with have to do. And this relates to something called the market participant doctrine. We don't have to get into the details of that. But the way that states can sort of effectively enforce net neutrality is by setting requirements that ISPs have to meet in order to get contracts with the state. What this sort of means de facto is that since an ISP is not going to have one set of rules for their state customers and another set of rules for all other customers in the state and individual consumers basically just become consumers and you've got the same rules for everybody. But what does it possibly mean if the state laws start being adopted in multiple states? Well, that's the idea, right? If you see multiple states adopt laws that require some version of net neutrality in order to get state contracts, you might see ISPs just say, you know what, let's just make this policy federally. It is an uphill battle. It's a major one, but it's one that I think is worth fighting because how important this issue is, right? I've talked to you about the meta issue of net neutrality, and I'm going to keep you posted about other states that are working on similar bills. Right now, legislators in 29 states have introduced more than 58 bills dealing with net neutrality in some way, shape, or form. This is a good thing. This is a meta issue, and it's an issue that whatever activism you want to be doing, whether it's on LGBT rights or education or whatever else, your ability to be effective in that activism will be impacted by net neutrality, and that is why I'm going to continue talking about it. Discuss this with us on our subreddit, davidpakman.com/REDDIT. Quick break, back after this. Today's episode of The David Pakman Show is made possible in part by The Master Cryptocurrency Trader, an online course created by Cryptoversity. This is a fantastic new class for anyone who's new to the world of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And maybe you've heard about cryptocurrencies, you don't know much about it, you don't have any idea how to get started. This is the perfect way to do it. And the course was designed by veteran crypto investor Chris Coney, who has more than 10 years experience in currency trading. And he starts out teaching you all the sort of core concepts in a way that's really easy to absorb. He lays out a simple step-by-step system for making smart decisions as a trader. And by the time you're done with the course, you'll have all the tools and knowledge you'll need to get started in the world of trading cryptocurrencies. Of course, the usual legal disclaimer, I have to tell you, I'm not giving you financial advice, but I am telling you that the course is definitely worth checking out. You can get 25% off by going to cryptoversity.com/Pakman. And when you sign up using that link, you'll get $250 worth of Bitcoin, but only if you go to cryptoversity.com/Pakman. And the first 50 people who sign up will get this special deal. That's cryptoversity.com/Pakman. If you're watching this on YouTube, I've put a link underneath the video.